Hey everybody, it's me Jen. These
Jen.
are the crew. That is Jen.
Drew Blues.
Ashley.
So, welcome to the show, guys.
I'm excited to be here.
I know.
Are you really?
I'm excited to be here. I just want to thank my mom, Jesus, and
Oh Lord.
Satan.
You're right.
Oh yeah,
She's right beside you.
she's right beside me.
She is.
So when I go to hell, I'm basically her right hand man. So back up.
Exactly. We are in hell, and here we are.
There we are. There we are.
You notice that everyone
Little
else is
tiny
like
office.
tensed up, but I'm just sitting here.
Fucker. She's a little bit cocky right now.
Always.
Always.
Okay. So tell me, what's going on?
Nothing. I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to do this podcast. It's actually pretty cool.
Awesome. You guys were great last week. Thank you guys for doing it.
Oh, no problem at all. So I'm excited actually to report that I'm gonna see Killer Klowns from Outer Space on Wednesday for the first time.
Yes.
Finally.
It's about
I know,
time.
I know.
Finally, we've been like hounding you about this since we found
Oh
out.
my god! Look, I saw the commercial, the trailer for that fucking movie, and what got me was there was a spaceship that was made out of a circus tent. I was like,
I know.
done. I left. It's like I can't do this. It's like soapy movie. Like if it was on if this spaceship was on a string, I would have been out.
It's cheesy, but it's good.
It's so good.
You know, like when I saw like how, so I had to ask her questions about it. Yeah, I was like, so are they dead or?
Wow.
I too had a question because I did see the cotton candy that they were enveloped in. Like my fat ass would hate to do that shit.
Exactly. So like, what's different between the Killer Klowns cotton candy and like regular cotton candy?
Killer Klowns cotton candy actually dissolves the inside when you're in there. So it turns you to jelly, basically. It emulgates and eats you.
Now you're just a jelly stuff.
Now,
Yes.
but what if?
Yes.
Is that a thing though? Jelly stuffed cotton
I
candy.
mean, it should be.
It will be when you're with the Killer Klowns.
Mm-hmm.
God, that'll be an awesome product to make.
I mean, as long as it's not humans
Oh, that too. That's
in
it.
there.
But that's a special taste.
But I don't get it. Like what if you ate a lot of sugar and you're already like your blood's already like strawberry syrup? Does it like get diabetes and just die right there and I'm out, or what happens?
No, you just give
Wait,
them
what?
diabetes.
I know.
You might be their taste. They might be looking for the sweetness and the sugar and everything. So,
I mean, they are clowns, so.
Yeah. And it's cotton
If you
candy.
want your sugar, big daddy.
But another question is, why are we looking into Killer Klowns from Outer Space? I don't think that's just a movie where you just don't ask questions on. Just
It's not, because it's like
Sure
anime. It
isn't.
doesn't make sense.
God.
But it makes a lot of sense, so.
Anime or Killer Klowns?
I mean, my thing is like if you see a flying goddamn
circus tent.
tent.
It was a night like any other night. Then something happened.
You see that?
Something different.
It's no shooting star.
Why here? Why now? Why clowns? They've been knocking them dead all over the universe.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Soon they'll be doing it at a theater near you.
Killer Klowns from outer space.
Pizza? Maybe they're just cruising through the galaxy and stopped here for a bite to eat.
You don't need a police pal, you need a psychiatrist.
Uh-oh.
They want to play games? They're messing with the wrong guy.
What are you in for?
Killer Klowns from outer space. It's crazy.
One, you're high. Two, you're drunk. Three,
No, okay, honestly, I can tell you this, when I was 11.
You saw a circus
I thought you
tent?
said that you were going to say when you were a lesbian. I was like, go on.
No, I am
Jared was
bi.
like, what happened?
I am bi, though. So I did have a girlfriend for a while. But when I was 11, there was this
Relax
time
there.
where I actually saw a UFO go over my house. I kid you not. It was huge, and it was round, and it was quiet. A lot of lights. 11 years old. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a...
Are you sure it wasn't a weather balloon?
No.
I'm pretty sure it was a weather
It's circular, and it was
Sure
going
it wasn't a
in...
military experiment?
Fuck,
No.
Can you believe that shit? That's
No.
the excuse that
Because
people do.
This bitch was like as big as... I lived right behind Burbank High School, and it was almost the size of Burbank High School.
Oh,
And
crap.
there's no fucking balloon, weather balloon that's that big.
This is why I don't trust that kind of shit, man.
She's
This
so
was
scared of it.
this was near downtown because I was by 35 and 90, and it passed over my house, and I could almost touch it. And
What?
my dogs were going crazy. I could almost touch it, and it went and flew towards the hemisphere. And I wasn't
See?
the only one that night that saw it.
It's fucking government aliens, man.
No, I swear, there's like UFO sightings everywhere.
Okay.
I know, I saw
Okay,
one.
describe it, I guess. Basically, was it metallic?
No, this one was black,
Oh, you
and it
can't
was
touch
like
it.
almost like a double decker, and then the bottom part was smaller, and it had like a bunch of red and white lights, very very bright, and it was quiet. You couldn't hear it. It was
You
like,
see any windows on that?
No. All you saw was the lights. The lights are what stopped me at the moment because I was looking up and they were just so pretty.
Okay,
I
look,
was like, oh my
she
God.
saw a UFO. I don't know what you saw, but it was definitely not a UFO.
Was it a weather
So,
balloon?
so,
I saw what you had.
so basically, if
So,
you're
like-
listening to this at home, basically, she is so scared of the Men in Black that
Yes,
she is freaked
so scared.
out of the Men in Black.
Y'all have no idea.
Well, what happened? We sold the show to Sci-Fi Channel, and it was called Out There, and I basically interviewed all of the people that I admired in various fields of study, like Colin Andrews from the Crop Circle movement, Linda Moulton Howe, the expert on cattle mutilations, John Mack. And let me just put a pin in things right there, because John Mack has taken the study of abductions, UFOs, right out through the other side, and he's going, yes, we know they're here, we know they're coming, we know people have been taken, we know there's experimentation going on, we know people have been told about agendas. What we now have to do is use that as a key and as a motivation to socially transform this planet to a more peaceful, more loving, more tolerant state. So his movement, the movement for social change, has just accepts as a fact abductions, UFOs, interplanetary intervention, and what he's doing is taking it out through the positive side of it and saying, now we must use it to socially transform. And I think his message is great. But I talked to him, I talked to the Allagash guys who were taken in the canoe on that trip in Pennsylvania. The last show we did, I had both Bassett, who has the UFO time clock, and then Greer. Both Bassett and Greer were there. They were my two guests for the day. Well, the show was canceled that afternoon. And I was outside, before I knew it was canceled, in between the interviews. And I was outside, and Britney Spears called me because she wanted me to appear on Saturday Night Live with her. And so I was outside having a cigarette, the phone rang. Oh, Brittany, how you doing? Oh, sure, of course I will. I turned away like this. I turned back, and there was a black Ford across the road, a black Ford sedan. And I was trying to look at the plate, and the plate seemed kind of like fuzzy, and I was, definitely a police car. And two guys were there, and a big, tall guy got out of the back seat. And he stood in the street on 42nd Street it was. We were at 42nd Street and 8th Avenue. And he looked right at me. And literally, I was on the phone. Hey, oh, sure, of course I'd love for the show. Saw the Ford, went back like this, turned back like a half second later, and it was gone. And that car did not go past me. It did not make a U-turn, because I would have seen 42nd Street. I would have seen that thing take a U-turn and go away. That car vanished. That car was a cloaked vehicle of some type. And whether this was like a warning to me, because the guy got out of the back seat, gave me a real dirty look. That car vanished. I know what I saw. And, it was just this fast. It was, oh, hi, Brittany, sure. Oh, of course, I'd love to. Guy gives me a dirty look. Oh, well, sure. Car gone. That's what happened. And then 2 hours later, we were told we were not to continue taping, and the show was canceled, and none of them would air. I don't know. I don't know. Was that an MIB experience? Black helicopters, military abductions that happen. Sometimes people are taken and they talk about then being visited by, military personnel and debriefed about their abduction. Was it a technology associated with some of these beings that are visiting that wanted to warn me off, or that wanted to give me verification that I was on the right track? I don't know. But I do know I did turn back a second later, and it takes so long for an automobile accelerating from 0 to 40 miles an hour to reach the corner of 8th Avenue and 42nd Street going past me, and then pulling a U-turn and going out towards Times Square. I would have seen that car. And I looked around. I was looking for that thing. It was gone. So, I don't know. The tapes exist. I have them. We're going to try to repackage them. We might put them out on DVD.
Like, I saw one fucking
video.
Was it Men in Black?
Yes, it was Kendall White, actually. It wasn't Men in Black.
Was it Will Smith?
No, it was a BuzzFeed one. We saw the BuzzFeed one, and then we saw the Kendall Ray
one.
You better watch
that
out.
one wasn't scary, but
Tommy
the Kendall
Lee
Ray
Jones
one
is gonna
was
get you.
scary. Because it was like the one from BuzzFeed was like, oh, these people, Men in Black, blah, 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 blah.
Beware.
It started because I thought you went home and you're like, somebody was following me. It wasn't the Kendall Ray one.
It was the Kendall Ray one. But no, I saw a UFO. I did. On the way out to her house. Mm-hmm. So I was driving her home, and I was looking up in the sky, and there's a lot of planes that fly over. Mm-hmm. Well, this one had the red and green lights, like a plane does. Well, then all of a sudden there was a bright white light, and it just started like falling from the sky. I was like, oh, maybe it's like a cargo plane or something, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like the white light got like halfway down my windshield.
Wow.
Like, not that close, but like, that's how I measured it. And it disappeared. And then I look up to see if I can see the red and green lights, and those are gone. Mind you, there was no clouds in the sky. There was not anything in the sky that could block it.
Where was this at?
Where was this at?
What expressway?
90?
90. Mm-hmm.
Dude, my best friend saw a white ball fall from the sky and did not land.
See?
Dude, but we saw that like on the way home, like it was on 410, and we saw like what, 2 balls of.
Did you see the one that was shown downtown? Mm-hmm. This guy was like at 7 in the morning, and he was focusing on the Tower of Americas, and you could see this thing come from outside the cloud, and then come back in. And this was flying, and this was not something that was an app can do, because this was through clouds. You can see it whizzing in and out of the clouds.
Dude, the aliens got high and they were like, yeah, let's go.
Right? Downtown, dude.
Dude.
There's water downtown.
These clouds look like God's cotton candy. They're even like God were aliens. Oh, yeah.
shit move, man. Shit just there, man. Right there in the building, man. I don't know if it's a cloud or what, man, but that looks fucking crazy. This other one right there too, but this one looks even crazier, man. I don't know, it's a fucking crazy cloud. Reflection? It's not moving now, see? I don't know, that fucking looks crazy. See that shit? No, that thing's fucking moving right now.
Do you realize that there are some UFO catchers here in San Antonio? People actually go out around the city to look for them?
I was about to say that story. So basically, I had to do the radio interview that I told you about, right? Remember I told you I was on the radio for a little bit? Well, one of the things was for Halloween, I would actually just go investigate stuff like the Manger Hotel, you know.
Fuck that place.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so I was talking to this old man, right? And people say that he saw whatever. He showed me pictures of this. Well, there's 3 glowing orbs right across from the Tower of Americas, right between Marriott? Marriott, okay. Those right there, and they were just floating right there. Then one by one, they started going into the atmosphere. He said he heard something like crack each time the plane would go. Each time the ball would go into the sky, you would hear a crack. Another one, crack. Another one, crack. He goes, I'm pretty sure, now don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that crack that I heard was the UFO leaving the atmosphere.
Breaking the sound barrier.
Yeah, breaking the sound barrier. And I was like, wow, okay.
Wow.
No, but it's funny because like every time we have like an incident out there in the country, I was like, what time is it?
Always.
And she's
Even
like,
when we were in Orlando.
Okay, you have to admit that was something.
Weird.
That was something.
Go on.
Make me seem like I'm crazy.
Yeah, go on. Describe this
crazy,
incident one more time for the viewers at home.
What?
Describe the incident.
We were in Orlando.
So we were in Orlando and we rented a hotel, an apartment. And so we're sitting in the apartment complex, like I'm smoking a cigarette, whatever. And all of a sudden, it was like triangular, right?
No, I think it was like just lines of lights.
It was just like 3 or 4 lines, like
it
lights.
was like 3 sets, or one set of 3. No, 2 sets of 3 lights each.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we were following it, and I was like, this is not looking like a flight pattern. Like it doesn't look like an airplane.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting there watching it, and it like flies and it's doing whatever, and it's like not going fast at all. Like you know how planes, like you can see them moving across the sky. Like this was just kind of like hovering and just moving, like barely trucking along. And then we just see it like dip down.
No, we just like we're following it, and all of a sudden it's just gone.
Yeah.
We don't see the lights anymore.
Because we were like there was a big tree in front of us, and we were trying to like go to see if it was still there behind the tree. And then we got behind the tree and it was gone.
Wow.
And I was like, fuck this shit, man. I'm going inside the apartment.
What time is it? What time did this start? Like.
I mean, well, I guess it's interesting to note down the time because hey, if you get interviewed, right, or if you get fucking shot.
Well, not only that, the time gap is what people are looking for, and actually, the time when people ask you what time was it, it's because they're also trying to validate because other people may have seen it at a certain time.
Oh, okay.
So that's usually why
or like on
timestamps.
Unsolved Mysteries where they say like, especially in the military.
Okay,
like,
I'm not gonna listen to this whole fucking unsolved mystery stuff. Like I believed in ancient aliens.
No, like because what they say is like a lot of people in the military that deal with like special projects.
Oh, okay.
They end up missing time to where like there was this one in particular that really freaked me out, and it was this new kid, like this new I guess recruited soldier or whatever, and he was supposed to get dropped off and picked up by MO or the what is it MP military police.
All right.
And so he was there with the payphone and he was just chilling there. And he was like, man, this has been a long time. Like, why haven't they picked me up? So he's trying to make calls to the military police and shit like that. No one's answering. So then all of a sudden he, like, walks away, comes back. No one's come by. And then, I want to say all of a sudden he, like, wakes up on the bench. And there was no bench there before. Now there's a bench. And he wakes up and, like, people had been looking for him. And he was like, I've been sitting right here this whole time, like trying to call people to come pick me up because I've been here for hours. They're like, no, we've driven past this spot several times and nobody's been here.
Wild.
And I was like, and that same night he reported hearing noises, like hovering noises and like beeping and shit like that, where there shouldn't have been, because there was like no life where he was dropped off at, no nothing.
Yeah, I heard one similar incident. I don't know if you saw it on YouTube or whatever. So, this guy was washing his dishes one day, right? And he hears a knocking underneath his sink. Well, guy crawls out of there all of a sudden. What the hell? And the guy explains to him, he's like, I am you from like 30 years into the future.
The hell?
He's like, what? And he starts giving him all these details, all of this, all of that. Well, he actually goes inside the cabinet. And apparently he showed up in the future. Yeah, so basically it's kind of like the time ripple stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Pockets of existence where you don't even know what's going on, like Spaceland Continuum's ripped.
Did you hear that Kennedy book?
No.
I was like,
I'll show you.
Sounds very similar.
No, it is similar. It is similar.
It does sound familiar to me.
Yeah, but I will show you. It's a YouTube video. Basically, it's a guy from the Deutschland or whatever.
Are you reading the freaking description?
No.
The Deutsch people, I don't know.
Sounds like the book.
Could you imagine being like, let me out! Fucking try to get out of here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And it's like you when you're like 60 and be like, mm.
And you time it to 60, right? And fuck that.
No.
I would just like gently like put my foot on my head, just
Go back.
put you in there.
Aww.
It's gonna be like this. Gonna be like, no.